They say intelligence is a gift, but sometimes it feels more like exile. Because when your mind sees too much, feels too deeply, and moves too fast, it doesn't carry you closer to people. It pulls you further away. There's a kind of loneliness that doesn't come from being alone. It comes from being misunderstood, from seeing a world that others don't seem to notice, from living in a constant state of reflection while everyone else seems perfectly comfortable just existing. If you have a highly intelligent mind, you probably know this feeling. You walk into a room full of people, and within seconds, you can sense the dynamics, the hidden insecurities, the unspoken tension, the masks people wear. And while they're laughing, chatting, talking about the weather, your brain is busy analyzing everything, trying to find meaning where there might be none. It's exhausting. And when you finally try to share what has sounds you remain, you're often met with silence, or worse, confusion. So you stop. You stop talking about what really fascinates you. You stop showing the depth of your thoughts. You learn to smile at the right moments, say the right words, nod at the right times, until one day you realize that you've mastered the art of appearing normal, but forgotten how to feel truly known. That's the unspoken loneliness of the intelligent mind. It's not arrogance. It's not superiority. It's the quiet ache of being out of sync with the world around you. You crave depth in a world that worships simplicity. You long for connection, but genuine understanding feels like a rare language no one speaks anymore. Why does this happen? Part of it lies in awareness. The more intelligent a person is, the more they notice the small inconsistencies, the hypocrisies, the games, the illusions, and once you see them, you can't unsee them. It's like living behind the curtain, watching the strings of the puppet show while everyone else enjoys the play. You wish you could just laugh along, but your mind keeps whispering, this isn't real. Then there's emotional intensity. People think intelligence is cold, rational, detached, but in truth, many gifted individuals feel far more deeply than they can express. You analyze every conversation, every glance, every word left unsaid. You replay interactions in your head, searching for hidden meaning, trying to decode emotions that others simply feel and move on from. And because you think before you feel safe to act, others mistake your restraint for distance. But in reality, you read drowning in sensitivity. You just on T know how to share it without overwhelming others. This combination, hyper-awareness and deep sensitivity, creates a paradox. You can see and feel everything, yet connect with almost no one. You sense that people want comfort, not depth, certainty, not complexity. So you learn to edit yourself, to stay quiet when your thoughts go too far, to pretendeth that you don't care that much, to laugh at jokes that don't amuse you just to keep the peace. And over time, this quiet editing of your true self becomes a form of emotional isolation. But the truth is, you are not broken. Your loneliness isn't proof that something is wrong with you. It's proof that your perception runs on a higher frequency. You're wired to notice subtleties others ignore, to feel contradictions others overlook, to think in dimensions most never visit. You don't just see the world as it is. You see what it could be, what it demands, and what hides beneath it. And yes, that awareness can hurt. But it also allows you to create, to empathize, to innovate, to connect with rare intensity when you do find someone who truly sees you. Think about it. The greatest minds in history, the ones we admire for their genius, were often profoundly lonely. Einstein once said that being a lonely genius was the price of seeing too much. Tesla, Newton, Da Vinci, all described the same quiet alienation. They were not isolated by ego, but by vision. Because the further you go into the depths of thought, the fewer people you find there. So what's the solution? You can't make the world think faster or feel deeper, but you can choose how you navigate that space between isolation and connection. You can find the few who speak your language, not intellectually, but emotionally. The ones who value your curiosity instead of fearing it, who listen without judgment, who don't flinch at your depth, who make you feel like home isn't a place, but a person. Until then, cherish your solitude, because solitude is not the same as loneliness. Loneliness is the hunger for connection. Solitude is the space in which you learn who you are. Use that space. Write. Create. Reflect. Build. Your mind was not made to shrink itself to fit in. It was made to expand, to explore, to question. And the paradox is this: the more you learn to be at peace in your solitude, the more you attract those rare souls who belong in your inner world. So if you've ever felt like your mind isolates you, remember, it's not a curse, it's a calling. A sign that you were meant to see what others don't, to think what others can't, and to feel what others fear. The loneliness of the intelligent mind is not the absence of connection. It's the space between knowing the world and waiting for the world to know you.